Greetings. My name is Peggy, and I'm going to be leading you today in a compassion practice. Welcome, everybody. We're going to move into a little bit different form of self-love, which is self-massage. It's a way we can, again, give love to ourselves, feed ourselves, help ourselves relax, and help ourselves let go of the tension that we hold in our body. So with your hands still at your heart, gently begin to move your hands in a circular motion right over your sternum. Your hands are soft, connected, and you're gently tracing a circle around your heart. And sometimes when your heart is hurting, you can put your hands here just as you would on an injured child or anybody who's hurting. The urge to reach out and relieve suffering with compassion, compassionate touch for yourself. And move your hands right down to your belly. And you can have one hand above the other, or again, right on top. And just connecting here for a moment without moving, without applying any pressure to your stomach. Just noticing, how does your belly feel? What do you connect with in your belly in this moment? If there's tension, perhaps you can send your breath there. On an inhalation, really relaxing your belly and feeling the contraction on the exhalation. And then gently begin to move your hands again in a circle around your belly. You want to follow a clockwise motion. The path of digestion is clockwise. So that's the way we massage the belly. If you feel a spot that hurts there, just rest for a moment. Bringing your attention to that spot and seeing if you can soften. With discomfort, we need to learn to accept and soften this discomfort rather than to resist it. It's there in all of us. We all have our pain, emotional pain, physical pain. And if we can embrace it and soften it, accept it as part of our humanness, it becomes easier to hold. And then releasing that and opening your palms. Let's take our thumb and begin to massage the palms of our hands, just pressing in into the bones on the palm of your hands. You can give a little bit of a squeeze with your other hand, pressing and pressing and pressing, pressing. And from the base of the hand, just working up the side, the outer side. The center. And then the inside. And then turning your hand and taking each finger and giving it a gentle little twist, and then a little circle and a little traction. So we're giving a little space between the bones to the fingers. So again, a little circle, a little traction, opening space in our fingers. You may notice that it feels good to put a little bit of pressure on the fingernail as you give your finger some traction. And then coming to the top of your hands, moving down between the tendons that move these fingers. If you flex your fingers, you can see those tendons. And just massaging gently the top of your hands. Using your thumb and moving down between the tendons that attach at your wrist and move down to your fingers. Imagine all the work that these hands do for us all day long, and we need to give back. And again, opening and opening. And let's move to the other hand. And the same, pressing into the bones at the base of the fingers, opening the palms, releasing any tension that may be there. Sometimes our automatic responses make our fingers curl and contract and hold in this position or this position. Just notice, can you release any tension in your hands? Does touching your hands help you in any way become more aware of what tension might be there? There's lots of bones in the hands and in the feet, and they can all be spread. They can all create more space there. And again, the fingers, a gentle twist and a rotation and extend. And a gentle twist, rotation, extend. And along the tops of the hands, using the thumbs to come down between the tendons. And then bringing your hands together and just gently telling your hands, thank you for all the work you do. And again, in prayer position, just experiencing the sensation of your palms and your fingers together. Just noticing how that is for you. And we'll let that go. And let's move down to the wrist and begin to massage the forearms. So there's two bones on the forearms, one on either side, and the space in between, you can just drop your fingers right into that space between the bones, and I'm gently making circles on the muscles there. And feel your way in. You might like light pressure, very gentle pressure, very soft, or you might want more firm touch there. You might want to really feel that deeply. But if softness is what you need, then please do that. Just sense for yourself what's needed. What's important is the touch and the quality of your presence in that touch, and not the strength of it. The strength comes from the love in your hands, from the love in your touch. And there's no force, just whatever's comfortable for you. You can lift the muscle on your arm, giving it a little bit of a squeeze. You can use your fingers to just gently caress your forearm. You can turn the arm over. And just slide your hand back and forth. Your hand that's doing the massaging is relaxed and soft. And take it right down to the fingertips and out the fingertips. And then we'll come back, starting at the fingertips, moving up the arm, and let's move up here to the upper arm, where there's more muscle tissue and more to get a hold of. So you probably want to use your palms here if you're going to get some deep contact. Or again, you can use your fingers if you want a lighter contact. Reaching around to the back and the side of your arm. See if you can just lift those muscles right off the bone with a little squeeze, if that feels good to you. Some of you are going to want pressure, and some are just going to want softness, connection, touch. Right up here by the shoulder. Nice big muscle group. Using your palms, squeezing the muscles. And again, starting from your fingertips, let's gently move up the arm and moving into our shoulder. And there's a big muscle right here. That muscle we use to protect ourselves. We raise our shoulders when we're frightened, when we're nervous, anxious. That muscle gets a lot of use. And let's bring our attention there and see if you can find that muscle using your thumb on the front of it and your fingers on the back of it. It's called the trapezius muscle because it's shaped like a trapeze. It runs down our back and begins at our neck, runs along the shoulders, and then down to our mid-back. But this is the place most of us feel tension and tightness. Just the work we do all day long, whatever it is we do, we're using these muscles, and they love attention. You can use your fingertips to work along the top of the muscle and right out to the shoulder. Now, if you're feeling a little bit of discomfort or pain there, just know that that's normal and that's just tension in the muscle. And with awareness and practice and some self-massage, you can really help to relieve that tension. And let's move up to the side of the neck. And moving our head slightly, give your neck a little bit of pressure as you rotate your head from the side to the center. And coming down the arm, back to the fingers. Let's switch to the other side. And moving from your fingertips up to your forearm, using either a gentle stroke with your fingers or your palms, or using a deeper pressure using your fingertips or your palms. Begin to explore that space between the bones of your lower arm. There's so much to learn about our own bodies, and through touch, it really connects us to what's happening, not only in our muscles, but our feeling, our senses. So this can be pleasurable, or there can be a little discomfort if there's tension there. But if the tension can give way to softness, that's a good thing. And moving up to our upper arms. Again, squeezing, if that's comfortable for you, of lifting the muscle off the bone. Or soft strokes. This can be very soothing and calming, just soft strokes. It's okay. I'm here. It's okay. We can learn to soothe ourselves if there aren't others around to do that for us. The upper arm, and then moving on to the shoulders, onto that big working muscle. I like the feeling of squeezing it. Not everybody does. To me, that feels good. When you squeeze the muscle like that, it brings blood to the area, oxygen, and that helps relax the tissue that's holding. And then coming from there up to the side of the neck, turning the head gently as you rub across those muscles of the neck. And let's end that with a nice long stroke from the shoulder, ending at the fingertips, and then releasing. And now let's come to the head, last part of our massage. In the back of your head, there's a little ridge. It's right at where the hairline meets your neck. It's on the head. There's a little ridge there. And if you can take your fingers, your thumbs, and wrap them gently around that ridge and make little circles, it will feel good, and you'll help to release some of the neck muscles that have their attachment there on that ridge. So working from the side to the center, making little circles with your thumbs right up onto that ridge. And then let's bring our fingertips to our scalp, and using your fingertips, massaging your head. I'm making little circles with my fingertips and pressing. Again, the pressure is up to you. It can be light, it can be firm, whatever feels good. This can help us to relieve headaches. When we have tension in our head, often we can actually find the point where it hurts, And using our fingers, our palms, we can bring kindness, lightness, whatever it's asking for. Working on our head. And then with your fingertips, come to the center of your forehead, and from the center, moving out towards your hairline. Again, the pressure being whatever you feel comfortable with. Can be light, can be alternate. Lightness can be very soothing, and depth can be too, depending on your choice. And then coming down to what's called the temples of your head. Again, you'll feel a little indentation there. And with your fingertips, gently make circles there. And one way, and then reverse it, whatever feels right to you. Often a headache will settle itself right in these spots. So it's nice to attend to them when that happens. And then bringing your thumbs right above your eyes to the eye socket, the bone at the top of the eye socket. Press gently on that bone. You can close your eyes if you like. And then run your fingertips right across your closed lids. Then bringing your fingers to the sides of your nose, come down underneath your cheekbone. Just sculpt your cheekbone with your finger, your forefingers. Just exploring your face. What are these bones underneath this skin? And when you come to the side, open your jaw, and you're going to feel a big muscle right between your cheekbones and your jawbone. And this is the muscle we chew with. This is the muscle we clench with when we clench our teeth, when we're anxious, when we're mad. This muscle is used to express feeling as well as chew food. So a little attention there with your fingers, whatever feels right to you. It's good to be aware of this muscle so that at times when you do feel angry or anxious, and you can find that place in your body where that anger is living just by acknowledging it and giving it some attention and perhaps touch, you can release the feeling that goes with that. And finally, let's come to our chin, and from the center out, just trace the bone of our jaw. And one more time. And let's let that go. And come back, coming back to your awareness, noticing how you're feeling. How does your face feel? How do the places in your body you've touched feel? Are there any changes? Perhaps there are, perhaps there aren't. Just notice. And that brings us to the end of our practice today. Thank you for being with me. Namaste.